my heart into the black. I was looking for forgiveness, tired of looking back. I was kissed under a dying tree where the soul's laid underground. And the more you feel, the more you fear what comes around.
More.
Alrighty, hey, how's it going, guys?
Good.
I meant them, but yeah.
Yeah, here we are. Oh, sorry, me and me as well.
Simon's here too. For those of you who don't know, this is the man, the legend, Simon Furman.
I know.
Yeah. And then of course we got Adam.
Hi.
And myself, Deb. Today we are talking all about Beast Wars. We're pretty excited. We've got, the man himself to chat about Beast Wars. We're going to take a look at some of the pretty awesome cartoon from back in the 90s, which I remember watching on YTV in Canada. You guys remember that? We're also going to chat about, of course, the story that Simon wrote for the game, and we'll see sort of where Beast Wars, the show, left off, and then where our game comes in, and how Simon was able to sort of marry the two. And he's also got a comic book with him as well that he's going to show you guys. And speaking of comic books, we've got a fun fan-made comic book that is in the works, which we will tell you about, which is going to be a lot of fun. But first of all, feel free to raise your chair.
Yeah. I'm feeling very little there.
Yeah, I think mine's
good.
higher.
I'm good.
First of all, though, what we always like to do is say hello to everybody. Well, probably not everybody, but we like to say hello to some people at least. We've got Unknown Feast saying, no, it's not Unknown Feast, it's Least, YTV, yeah, nice fan. Hi, of course, to DPO88 and Metaron and Pierre Creed, nice to see you guys. And nice to, Craig, what's up? Nice to see you. We've got Cookietron, MJ Prime, we've got Ubiquitous, we've got Twitch McGlitch, we got Baby J Prime, did I say that already? Maybe. Gats Custom, lots of you guys over there.
We've also got Uncle Scrooge.
There we go. We've got Deadpool and Bumblebee and Hunter and Larry Hall. And of course we've got Corey Scaife and Wallace Blunt and Terrell McFall and Michael Hang and lots more. So do you want to say hi to some random people?
Yeah, hi to Maximus 1871, 19871, Baby J Prime, some of these I can't even say. Mig Centurion.
It's always the fun part, yeah.
Shopbot 31, Tuna Sub 514. Wow.
Amazing.
Can't we just have Ed and Fred? That would be fine.
Hi, Dirty Swat, Jeremy. Nice to see all of you guys. Hey, Epic Voice Guy, how's it going? Nice to see you as well. Cool. So we might as well just dive straight in. We've got a lot of stuff to get through. So yeah, let's kick it off. So I'm gonna be playing remote control, flipping through all these things. So if you think I've tuned out for a bit, it's because I've been doing that. But so first off, I've got this pick here of it's like one of my favorites. I have to turn on volume on this guy. But this is the first time in the show that you see the Maximals maximize and the Predacons terrorize. Yeah, so this is after Cheetor Blast Megatron. Anyway, so Simon, I'll turn on the volume on this so they can hear you.
Okay.
That, by the way, was my favorite when he goes, yes.
Yes.
He does go, yes!
Yeah.
154 times.
In
At
what?
least.
In 154 or something like that.
Over the course
In
of the
across
show.
the
Yeah.
seasons of Beast Wars, and it only goes like 50 times or 60
Yeah.
times. So he's 3 times more positive than negative.
Yeah, which is good. Which is interesting for like a super evil leader.
Yeah.
But there you have it. There you go. So Simon, maybe take us through a little bit of like the backstory of Beast Wars.
Yeah, well, I mean, when I got involved with Beast Wars, it was already up and running. I knew nothing about it. I didn't even know Transformers had come back. To me, Transformers had finished back in '93 with Generation 2, and I was completely unaware of Beast Wars until I was contacted by the organiser of one of the fan conventions in America, and he asked me to write a Beast Wars comic, and my question was, what's a Beast Wars comic? So he took me through it, he sent me some tapes of the episodes, and I just thought, wow, this is actually pretty cool. It's a great looking show, and yeah, I was very impressed. And so this is the comic book.
Ah, okay.
That is the
need
comic
to,
book.
pause
So
it.
if I can see
There
it.
you go.
There we go. So this was the comic book. I wrote it, Andrew Wildman drew it, and they invited me out to the convention. This was 1997, and I got to meet Bob Forward and Larry DiTilio, who were the script editors on the show and also the main writers. And they were lovely guys. Got to meet some of the voice actors like David Kay and Gary Chalk. Really great people. And I just got really immersed in Beast Wars, and I got chatting to Bob and Larry, and they were very flattering about my comics because they'd read them and they'd taken little elements for Beast Wars. And I got to meet Ben Yee, who was their story consultant on it, and Ben and I are still firm friends. And so, you know, it was a great little convention, and it was my first exposure to Transformers fans. I had no idea. So it was a pretty amazing weekend, and yes, and out of those conversations we got talking, Bob and Larry and I, and they said, well, wouldn't it be cool if you did an episode of the show? And I was, of course, really up for that.
Yeah, awesome.
You know, I'd never written for the TV before, so I was really keen to do this.
That's the way to start.
Yeah, absolutely. And so we started talking, you know, because by now Beast Wars had started to use the Generation 1 characters. It was all linking up to the classic Transformers that I'd written, and they thought it'd be really cool if we had a very Generation 1 heavy episode, and I wrote it. So yeah, it all went from there.
And Epic Voice Guy says that Ben is live tweeting the stream right now.
Okay. There you go.
There you go, yeah. So here you can see Dinobot and Optimus Primal sort of going tete-a-tete in the first battle in Beast Wars. Naturally, Optimus Prime is victorious. Well, sort of. I mean, he wins, he kind of turns away for a bit, and then Dinobot comes back for him. And then Optimus is about to die, but he doesn't let him die because he thinks there's no honor in that kill. And I love this character because I find him like quite complex. And actually, a lot of the characters in Beast Wars are really complex. Can you chat a bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a really intelligently written show. I mean, you know, even though it's a kids show, even I, because I was in my 20s at the time, I watched it happily and just thought, no, this is a smart bit of science fiction. And I love the idea that initially they'd started off with this show intending it to be its own thing. They didn't want to link it up to Transformers before. It was called Transformers Beast Wars, but it was supposed to be a whole new thing. And then as they went along and they met the fans and they talked to Ben, you know, they suddenly thought, well, you know, we should be doing this. We should be connecting the dots, joining the dots. So, you know, Ben was very helpful with helping them out with Generation 1 stuff, and yeah, gradually this show, you know, which was already a good show, just became extra special because suddenly you had the Ark in it and the Generation 1 characters, and it was a big time-twisting, you know, it was the Maximals and Predacons were the future, but they were in the past where the Ark was, and suddenly Beast Wars Megatron was messing with the timeline and taking the spark from the original Megatron. So it was pretty good, and they brought Ravage into it.
Yes, and we were just about to take a look at that as well. But by the way, guys, if you have questions, feel free to throw them out. There's already a couple that I've seen. I'll go back to this clip about Ravage. Negacorp is asking, Simon, has there ever been a backstory to a Beast Wars character that was completely off from your version?
No, and all the Beast Wars characters were the work of Bob and Larry, really. I mean, obviously there were the toys and there were the characters, but Bob and Larry gave them their personalities, and really my involvement was very much at the end.
Yeah.
And except for the comics I did for IDW afterwards, where I did start to bring in some more characters that they hadn't used in the show, that was where I started to put character in, but the rest of it was very much Bob and Larry, and I was just, pitching in right at the end, as it turned out.
There's loads of questions. I've
Yeah,
got one.
go for it.
I've got one from Sachin to Twitch for PB. Was asking how come that the Transformers they ended up as kind of as beasts. So kind of the origin. I think why did they?
Oh,
take
I
the
know the
forms?
answer to that, but I'll let you. I'll let you take it.
Well, I mean, well, actually, I think Deborah should answer that, if you know it.
Well, you see, the reason is when the guys landed on the planet, it happened to have so much energon, which they were really stoked about, of course, especially the Decepticons. But there was too much energon, and so they were staying in their robot forms for too long, and they would short circuit, and so they had to get basically forms that were adapted to the planet. So in the beginning of the series, you see them sort of scanning the planet for beast forms that they can take, so that they're able to stay on the planet without getting wrecked by too much energon. Bam!
Nicely
There we go.
done.
Well done.
I'm gonna have one more. It's a fun question for Simon. So is Waspinator still relaxing to this day on Earth? And if he was still chilling somewhere, where do you think Waspinator would be spending his time right now?
Hawaii. Definitely Hawaii. He's learned to surf by now.
Yes.
I like him a lot. I think
Waspinator
Waspinator
is
is
great
great.
fun.
Yeah, just where you
One
get
more.
sick of it all.
One more question.
Yeah.
So for a long time, like you get characters, they have some kind of personality, or you develop the personality yourself.
Yeah.
If there's a Transformers character that you think, or collection of characters that personify you best, would you be able to name one that you think is closest to you?
Are we talking Beast Wars characters?
I think it's an open question. Maybe it applies to both.
Yeah, wow. I don't know. I've never thought of that. I'm a bit bullheaded, so maybe a bit Grimlock-like in that respect. Yeah, maybe. There must be a reason I love Grimlock.
Fair enough.
Fair enough,
Good one.
yeah. Cool. So we did take a look at Ravage as well. Are there any other G1 characters that kind of make it back into the Beast Wars?
Yeah, I mean, Ravage is the sort of the main first one to crop up, but then we have Starscream's Ghost appears, we have Megatron's Spark,
Yeah.
and gradually, we explore the Ark, where all these Transformers are lying around deactivated.
Right.
And we did have plans, and I want to talk about that now, to bring some other Generation 1 characters into Season 3.
Okay.
So, when Bob and Larry and I started talking about my episode, I pitched various ideas. And one of the ideas was to unearth the 3 Seekers who hadn't made it into the original cartoon show,
Okay.
and have one of them, or maybe more than one of them, in the episode.
Yeah.
Another idea was to have Beast Wars Megatron possessed by the G1 Megatron, so G1 Megatron would kind of be in it,
Okay.
in a sort of spectral way, and lots of these ideas, but in the end it was, suddenly you're writing the last episode of the show. So all that got thrown out. But I did use the Megatron idea in a little prose novel that I did a little bit afterwards, so it didn't get completely wasted.
And speaking of last episodes, of course we've got the Nemesis Part 2, written by yourself.
Yeah, and it was a thrill to do. I mean, the thing was a 2-parter, and it was very much a team effort with me and Bob on that one. Bob wrote the first part, I wrote the second, but we very much sat and plotted it because it had to wrap up everything. So you know, I was happy to go along with everything that we needed to do in that span of episodes. But, you know, we talked a lot about, you know, using the Decepticon spacecraft, you know, the Nemesis, which really, you know, was quite a big thing, you know, and, you know, actually getting it airborne at the end of the show. So, yeah, you know, we got some of that Generation stuff in there that we wanted to do, but unfortunately it was the end.
How hard was it to jump in sort of at the end of the TV show and be
Yeah.
like, I can write the very last bit. And like I said, you just got to kill people off.
Yeah, well, you know, well, I mean, you know, it's quite, I'm quite well known for doing that in the comics, so it was fitting that I got to do it in the show as well.
Definitely.
But yeah, it was great fun to do, and you know, we got things like the Covenant of Primus into the episode, and all these little nods to stuff I'd done in the past. So yeah, it was really nice and great fun to do, but really sad that it was the last one, because I was just so gung-ho to do more.
And someone has a question, not just about Beast Wars, but about the G1 comic universe and how you brought that to an end.
Yeah, the G1 comic universe, we took different ways to continue the story, and you know, we obviously Beast Wars the TV show had reached an end, and it was very difficult to take them back to Earth. You know, they left the planet, and even though when we started doing Beast Wars comics it was for Dreamwave, and we did work out a way to get them back to Earth, when it came to do it for IDW, we decided to kind of just go with a completely different storyline and leave those characters alone and that series intact, and just set our series with new characters around those guys. So it meant we had to bring a whole load of new characters, or new to the TV show, like Magmatron and you know, a load of Polar Claw, all these other ones. We actually got Grimlock into the comics, so because there was a Beast Wars Grimlock, but he's like the Generation 1 guy, so we got all these sort of great things into the comic book that they just didn't have room for in the TV show.
Right. And the Irish Ranger is asking, if you had a chance to put Beast Wars on television today, what would you keep and what would you remove?
I wouldn't remove a whole lot. I'd hope we could get kind of really good kick-ass CGI in it. You know, this was very early on in CGI cartoons, and you know, they didn't have the biggest budgets, but they made a great, you know, fist of what they had. But you know, I'd want it to look as the best it could look, but you know, I'd try and keep the humour to it. You know, what I loved was, apart from everything else, it was funny, it was, you know, it was moving, it was, the characters were so well developed, and I think I'd just keep an awful lot of that and just try and kick it off in a different direction.
Right. And Larry Hall's asking, was it you that decided to kill Dinobot, Simon?
No, we talked, and like I say, a lot of this was talked through with Bob and Larry and in depth about who, but we just felt that Dinobot's story needed a conclusion, a real definitive conclusion, rather than just lived happily ever after or got to go home.
Yeah.
Because he'd really been through so many changes and switched allegiances, and we really wanted to give him a brilliant send-off at the end and a heroic send-off. So we just decided, he should go, and you know, but you know, it wasn't a kind of callous thing. We just thought it was going to be an anticlimax if he just sort of survived it somehow.
Yeah, he was definitely my favorite. And in the same vein, Mateus is asking, what character do you wish didn't die?
I don't know.
It's a wrong question to ask.
I would have killed them all. Yeah. I don't know. I can't remember who gets it in the end. I haven't got the tally in front of me, but I'm sure somebody should have survived who didn't. Or what's his name? Razorhawk, Silverhawk. I don't know.
Tigerhawk.
Anyway, Tigerhawk. Yes.
Yeah, someone's like Tigerhawk says popping up in the chat.
Yes.
There was a good question to us, I believe. Which is how are we gonna make the scale work, because the original Beast Wars characters were much smaller than the Transformers that are on Earth in Earth Wars, and they're like a third of the size, I believe, compared to the ones we have in game right now. Now, to answer it from a gameplay perspective and like purely like, it would be sad to have a very small Megatron running around and a very tiny ape. It wouldn't do them justice. So in game, like their size is similar to other large sized characters like Grimlock or Optimus Prime. When it comes to story behind that, I'm not sure. Do we tackle that in the?
We don't actually so far, but
Yeah.
you know, maybe in the future we'll deal with that a little bit.
Yeah, there was a lot of space-time continuum shenanigans going on in the story, and I think it's valid to kind of approach it in a way like, okay, they are arriving through that space bridge, and not everything is gonna be perfectly accurate to what it was when they departed. So they do the Megatron T-Rex. He reverts to the dino form from the kind of dragony arch form, and Primal does change a little as well. So the forms they take in our game are the ones we'll be sharing with you later, and the scales are similar to other large bots in the game.
Tetra Rares is asking, Simon, were you behind Beast Wars Megatron saying yes as a wink nudge to Death's Head in the UK Transformers comic?
I wish I had, but the yes and the excellent were there from the start, I think, pretty much, long before I even knew what Beast Wars was. So, no, that's all Bob and Larry.
And Tressel's asking, outside of Optimus and Megatron, who was your favourite bot to write for?
You know, I'm a big Grimlock fan, but I love Galvatron's a brilliant guy to write. Bludgeon, I really like. But, you know, in the context of Beast Wars, when we did the comics, I got to play with some new characters like Razor Beast and, you know, and Magmatron, and I like the ones where I can kind of make them my own a little bit, where there's not much already established. So that was a lot of fun in the comics.
And the Trinity Denied wants to know, where are those raw energy deposits in Beast Wars by the time Optimus and the ARC crew wake up?
They've stabilised.
Yeah.
They've become more inert, haven't they? That's it. Some time has passed anyway.
Yeah.
Geological time.
Yeah. I'm gonna quickly address the two questions that always pop every single stream. Triple changers. We love triple changers. We would like to add them, but when we do that, we want to do them properly with multiple transformations. So Astro Train will transform into both the train and the shuttle, for example. As for Predaking and Victorian, we do know we have all the bots in the game right now. We might do something about it in the future, but we don't have any immediate plans. We just know that we love Predaking, so he's definitely on our radar. That's all we can say right now. But we know you guys are waiting for these bots to appear.
Here's a question from a name I unfortunately cannot read because it's in a different language. But why does Silverbolt appear both in the present and in the future and in the past?
Oh, I don't know.
It's a loaded question.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Is that the same Silverbolt
Oh,
though?
no,
or is
different.
it
That's right.
Yeah.
It could be clones. It could be.
I think the G1 Silverbolt and the Beast Wars Silverbolt are completely separate characters, like a lot of the Beast Wars characters that shared a name were.
Yeah, I think it's also like in various like there are different pieces of like different mythos where you would share the name across different like timelines in different universes. People would come over and they would share the name, I don't know, Achilles or something like that, across different timelines. So I suppose this is what's happening with some of these bots when they take a name that could be shared by someone else millions of years in one way or another. Why not?
Yeah, and Megatron, Beast Wars Megatron, it's established that he adopts that name based on the original Megatron. So, you know, I think some of them just take on those names.
Yeah, makes sense.
If I could be called Megatron, I would.
Yeah.
I would just go, wait, I'm practicing this one. Yes.
Yeah.
No.
It's a bit happier. Yeah, so
You've got to,
John.
Yes.
You've got to give this actally sort of...
Yeah, it's like a...
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, is that a horse? Is that a horse?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna stick to the original. Yes. Excellent.
Yes.
Power flows to the one who knows how.
Oh my gosh. The Trinity Knight says, please keep Rhinox's transformation. It's horrifying when he growls and his mouth splits open to transform. Awful.
Okay.
That is horrendous. Okay, cool, fair enough. So, is there anything else you want to say about maybe the ending of the Beast Wars TV show before we move into the game as well?
Well, only that the ending is very much our beginning for the game. So,
So maybe for those people who, sorry, I'm eating a cookie now. Simon, that's your cookie, by the way.
thank you. Yeah. Well,
I brought
while you're talking,
precisely 3 cookies into the room,
Yeah.
and they all found their destination.
We all found our own cookie, yeah. So maybe for some people who don't know, can you tell us how Nemesis Part 2 ends, how Beast Wars the TV show ends?
Okay. So
Here's your recap.
pretty much everything is reset at the end. The Megatron spark goes back to G1 Megatron. Beast Wars Megatron is captured. A lot of the characters get wiped out, especially the Predacons. Waspinator survives on Earth. That's cool. We like Waspinator.
Yeah.
And Beast Wars Megatron gets taken captive. They fit an Autobot shuttle from the Ark with a special transwarp drive, and at the end they leave planet Earth and they're heading back through time and space to their own future.
Okay.
That's it.
Cool. And so yes, let's take a look at the characters in the game. So let's see if it pops up over here. Here we go. So here's our lovely new loading screen, which you will have seen in game by now. And you've got, Optimus Primal obviously facing off against Megatron. That's us. So there's Optimus Primal in all his glory. I gotta say, he looks pretty boss. Like, I love our rendering.
I was personally
So cool.
concerned as for like how our Primal is gonna turn out, especially because of how difficult hair is to pull off. That plus I was unsettled by the face in some of the episodes I've seen, and then some of the toy versions. I was like not sure whether it's gonna be like badass and cool.
Yeah.
But I think the one we have in game, I'm totally happy with that. The eyes glow and he looks scary.
Just looks he's really
boss.
scary. Simon, comments?
I love them. I think they're both looking great. Really good.
And here we'll show you some transformations as well. Now we'll show you guys these two in game next week. So watch out for them in all their glory in the showroom next week. And then after that, we'll also, of course, show you their abilities in the game.
I wonder if we
Special.
should divide the gameplay into 2 or just do it in 1. There is a lot of gameplay with these guys. They have a new ability, of course, but they also have different battle behavior. So they're unlike any other bot you've deployed to date.
True.
So maybe we'll split it in and show you some earlier.
Could do. So maybe next week we shall see. So Simon, can you tell us a bit about where does the story pick up in the game?
Okay, so
Now don't give it away.
No, I won't give the story away.
Naturally.
But the story starts very much in the context of Earth Wars, with somebody's bright idea. I'm going to say no more about how they could maybe boost their numbers in the Earth Wars.
Okay.
And then we're going to sort of pick up pretty much from the end of the final episode of season 3 of Beast Wars, with the Maximals heading home in kind of time warp space, with Megatron attached to the outer hull, still in his dragon form, and then stuff's gonna happen.
And then stuff's gonna happen. Yeah, pretty exciting. If you are, by the way, just tuning in, we've got. I should do this while I'm introducing you. We've got the lovely Simon Furman here on the stream today to chat about Beast Wars. Obviously, he's written some of the comic.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can hold it. I
again,
chocolate fingers. There you go. And he also wrote the very last episode of the Beast Wars TV show, which was awesome. I think it was really cool to see. I was rewatching a lot of the episodes. And make sure you get
Just
all
don't mind me,
all
I'm
the
just
fun.
like a human showcase.
It was really cool to see sort of like within the, because it's obviously all CGI, but even within the three seasons that it was on, like how much it changed from the first season to like the very end. It was just like radically different, the style of the whole thing. So I thought that was quite impressive.
Yeah, and they kind of, you can see them gain confidence as they go through it, and start to enjoy it. And once they start to hook up with Generation 1, it gets into all the mythos and the background, and then you have Cybertron comes into it, and Ravage and Starscream, and it just goes completely ballistic in season 2. So yeah.
By the way, Simon, people want your comic, but it's your only copy, right?
It's one of my few copies. It's very hard to come by that.
Oh wow!
It was
Yeah,
just
you guys aren't getting that.
It was just done for one of the conventions, but the IDW comics are all available still. You can get those in trade paperbacks.
Yeah, this
Beast
is
Wars
just
The Gathering and Beast Wars Ascension. And
it lives in your small sleeve, right? You have a special sleeve,
exactly.
and the duct tape on the sleeve is from 1997, I think.
Yeah,
Is
pretty
it?
much. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're not giving this one away.
Sorry guys, Primetime says, awesome job on show and comic. You are a swell guy.
Well, thank you very much. I'm sure you are too.
True story. Epic Voice Guy's asking, I'd like to ask if David Kay and Gary Chalk will be doing voices for the game.
Ooh. Are they?
Not as
No.
far as we know.
No, but I think the showroom experience when it comes to sound effects for both of these guys is spot on. And you've heard Grimlock roar in your teams, and Grimlock is a little silly, and he's like kind of like a roar dino.
Yeah.
Me Grimlock, but our Megatron is very, very beastly. Maybe I can just play it. Why not?
Oh yeah, give us the sound. Why not? Yeah.
How's your battery, by the way, Deb?
It's still okay. We're like 80%, so
Cool.
we're sharing one power source between us. So.
Yeah, I think.
Oh no, this has gone dark. Here we go.
I'm nearly there.
What's that?
I nearly got it.
Well, whilst you find it, speaking of comic books, some of you guys may have seen on social it started to sort of trickle out, but oh, that's my voice.
Wait.
Oh no!
Okay. Alright. Woof.
You good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
So artist Nathan Webb, who's like one of our fans, and we've had him on the stream a few times. He's done some really really cool artwork for Transformers Earth Wars just for kicks. And we met up a couple of days ago. We're like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we made like a comic book, like a little fan-made comic book for Beast Wars? And I was like, yeah, that would be awesome. So he's already started making the cover, as you'll see here, which is pretty awesome. Like he's done that so quickly. It was like a day or something. And then over here you can see the, excuse me. Excuse me. Finished sort of cover artwork. And what we're going to do over the next couple of weeks, because it is Easter, we're going to have an Easter egg hunt for pages of the comic book. So what we're going to do is going to be a 3-page comic book. And over Easter weekend, you're going to find the 3 pages of that comic book across 3 of the different fan sites. So Cybertron, Allspark, and TFW 2005. For all of you Transformers fans, you are very, very, probably well versed in all of these sites. So they're each going to have 1 page of the comic on their site posted over Easter weekend. And you guys can go hunt around for the full story. And then, excuse me, what's happening to me?
The cookie is working.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it is a digestive cookie, but like, come on.
Step away from the cookies.
Yeah. And then, basically, what we're going to do is you'll get to see the whole story. We're going to recap the story, not next week, but the week after on the stream. And then we're going to have 3 alternate endings for that story. And you guys will get to vote for the ending of the story and live on the stream. So You'll see the first 3 pages of the comic on these 3 sites. Then you're going to see 3 alternate endings on the sites. And then we're going to do a live vote during the stream to see which ending we think the comic should have, or I guess which ending you guys think the comic should have. And then Nathan is going to draw it.
I hope it ends with this.
Oh, pardon me. Sorry.
It's getting you too.
That was my cookie.
Yeah, it's getting everybody.
Or this.
Pretty good.
These are sounds for Megatron. Pretty dope. Or maybe we unleash some Arcticans.
Oh, that's pretty good. I like that one. I love this. The sound effects are good. So yeah, there you go, Epic Voice Guy. It's not voices, but it's well, their voices, I guess. Okay. Awesome. So that was probably a lot of info to take in. So I'm gonna go through it one more time, and we'll chat about it at the end again as well. So basically, get ready for a comic book that artist Nathan Webb is going to draw. We here are going to come up with the story, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be like me and Adam. Maybe Simon will help us out a little bit as well, writing the story, because he's so much better at that than I will ever be. And so 3 pages of a comic book. They're all going to go up on 3 different fan sites over Easter weekend next week. So you guys get to go hunt around as though they were Easter eggs, 4 different pages of the story, get the whole story, and then we're going to recap that story the week after, and then release 3 alternate endings on those same 3 sites, which you guys are going to get to vote on live during the following stream. And then our awesome artist Nathan is going to draw that ending into the comic book.
Nice.
And the fan sites as well are going to do their own giveaways, because some lucky people are going to win the original artwork from those comic books. And we'll let the fan sites decide how they want to give that stuff away, which is going to be pretty exciting as well. So yeah, lots to come.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, exciting stuff.
People are asking, where's Jack?
Oh, Jack is...
He was there somewhere, right?
Oh, he should...
I saw him earlier
He was
today.
there earlier, he's not there now.
Jack is doing what Jack does best, helping people.
That's true, he's so...
Or well, helping players. He doesn't just help random people.
Yeah, no,
He
regular
helps.
people is like, but...
He helps you guys whenever he can, and by however he can.
Can we get a new solo shot of Jack? DMG Prozac. Yeah, we'll work on that. We'll work
Did you
on
do
that.
like a solo shot of Jack?
Well, he was in the background one time during the Swan Drew photo.
Ah.
Yeah, you guys missed it. I don't know, some of you
Is that people? Have people never seen Jack actually?
Well, he was on the stream once. Prime was
Okay,
asking,
yeah.
where's AAA? Where's Swan Drew? Swan Drew you can see actually if Adam ducks. Oh wait, no, you can't.
That's not Andrew. That's Valkyrie.
No, he's slightly more. He's like right behind, so you can't quite see him.
Yeah.
But he's there. He's chatting away. He's just
Swandrew is
motion.
busy training.
Yes.
New member of the
Hyra.
team. Yeah,
Exactly.
Hyra. He's another person who will be helping Andrew with live operations of the game and events and all the exciting things. Free up some of the Andrew's time to do other things.
Exactly.
Yeah, exciting times.
It is exciting.
They're actually growing.
I know, and you'll probably get to see Hyro on the stream sometime. I'm gonna force him on. I like to do that. Can somebody hand that to me so I'm not. Oh gosh, that scared me for a second. So speaking of live ops and events. Oh no, what have I just done? We should take a look at this weekend's event, which is called. Do you know? It's called
Yes.
Stitch in Time.
Yeah, Stitch in Time.
Yes. Ooh, pretty cool. Pretty cool.
I'm looking for my Grimlock sound.
What's that?
I'm looking for my
I'm still
Grimlock.
having fun with the sound effects over there, which is good fun.
What is this?
What?
My name is Optimus Prime.
Oh. Yeah,
Fair enough.
it is.
I am Megatron.
It's good too. And there's always new people coming in. So if you are just joining us, we are chatting to the legend, the writing legend, phenom, Simon FURMAN. I keep escalating every time I introduce you. I'm like, the wizard.
Responsible 30 years or 300 years of Transformers.
300 years.
300 years of Transformers history.
It
sitting
feels
in this
like.
man's
It feels
head.
like.
Yeah. So yeah, of course, Simon has written just a smattering of the comics, anything Transformers. Simon will know or has created pretty much. So today we're talking about Beast Wars because we are in the middle of the Beast Wars saga in Transformers Earth Wars, which is pretty exciting. We're on the road to Optimus Primal and Megatron being released. And so we've got Simon here chatting about all things Beast Wars, which is pretty cool. We've seen the Maximals maximize and the Predacons terrorize, which has been cool. We've seen the battle between Dinobot and Optimus Primal. We've seen Ravage make a comeback.
Yep. People are asking actually about the event itself and about our Beast Wars saga. Just to kind of recap, we are on week 2 of the saga. There'll be 4 events. It's probably not a huge surprise that the ultimate event will be the ultimate event with the arrival of Megatron and Optimus Primal. After that, we have a couple other. We will kind of refocus on G1, and then we might go back to Beast Wars in the future. People asking, are there gonna be more Beast Wars bots? I would say there's plenty great Beast Wars bots to choose from, so it would be a very we cannot miss that opportunity. But we're definitely not like switching fully for the next year. We'll be going back and forth between the two.
Exactly. And speaking of this weekend's event, I just want to see some more transformations. There we go. Okay. There's Terror. Oh, let's just wait till there it goes. Megatron transforms. Okay. Oh, wait. Let's wait for Optimus and then we can switch. Okay, cool. So, speaking of this weekend's event, it's called A Stitch in Time, and it is an Alliance event. So make sure that you get up to HQ4, join an Alliance, and then you are going to fight in the event battle zones. You, of course, get to win some shards, Energon, and of course you also get to unlock Story, which is the story that Simon has written for us in the game. For people who may have missed it earlier, do you want to give another quick teaser of the story in the game?
Yeah, a little teaser of the story. It picks up in Beast Wars time, right after the end of episode 3, so the final episode of the show. Mm-hmm. The characters we think are heading back to Cybertron through sort of time and space, so they're a little bit in flux. And then but actually before that, we start off in Earth Wars time. And somebody has a bright idea about maybe how they could get more troops.
Yeah. We do know who
it is. We know it's Grimlock. Week 1 is behind us, so it's gonna be week 2.
So Grimlock has a bright idea, and because it's
bright
Grimlock,
idea,
maybe there's a few things go wrong with that.
There are some flaws. Yeah, some flaws.
Yeah, I think like when you're messing with technology such as Space Bridge, any quick changes to make maybe fish bots from different place and time or different space, like it's dangerous technology, kids. Do not play with space bridges. And I know like when we master teleportation ourselves, I'm not gonna be messing with it. Too many things can go wrong.
Fair enough.
Maybe your name is gonna change.
Hey, I've seen The Fly as well, so I'm gonna steer clear of that noise.
Stitch in Time, yes. Another amazingly named event. Event naming is a hot topic in the Transformers team. It's not always like Andrew doesn't always open the board to the different event names because ultimately Andrew is the event name holder, vision holder, and often he goes like, okay, give me the ideas, and people come with some great and some very very bad ideas.
Some not so.
Maybe this time, while you guys talk, I will fish some of the ideas out, so you can see what else the event could be named.
Yeah.
Last time we did it, it was pretty bad, I guess, but that was good.
Yeah. Well, I had some great ideas for the last event that were not chosen. Actually, no, it wasn't the last one. I think it was the one before. There were some really clever ones.
I wanted to call this event "Weapons of Tomorrow." I still think it's superior name, but
A Stitch in Time.
yeah.
I don't know, there reminds me of A Wrinkle in Time, which I read when I was younger. Did you ever
Space Prime Continuum, Future Primitive, A Stitch in Time, that one, Mixed Signals, that's also kind of play of what's happening, Weapons of Tomorrow. Only Jack supported my idea of Weapons of Tomorrow, but there is more, of course, and Daylight Savings Prime.
That's good.
Um,
Daylight savings, right. That's funny.
A Time of Contempt. Oh my god. It's getting worse and worse. Some of these are not even safe.
They're NSFW, yeah, there you go. Just scrolling through the event battle zones here, of course, because usually we get yelled at if we don't. So there you go. But A Stitch in Time takes place this weekend, starts tomorrow, runs until Monday, as all of our events do. So make sure that you rally and gather your alliances and take part because, well, you want to get your shards, your energon, etc. But
so
also, of course, your story.
yeah, but story is available around here, 5,000 event points,
Yeah.
50,000. Now this is the first time ever we are putting 5-star shards into the totalizer above the 4-star crystal, which is kind of the thing that people will chase towards. Yeah, let's focus on the important. So 4-star crystal after 200,000, and then if you keep pushing and leveling up your bots or whatever you want to do with these battle zones, because you do get double XP, you have a chance, or not a chance. You can secure all these 5-star shards. And slowly chip away, or if you're about to get a 5-star crystal, which I'm completely too far from, but some of you are close, you have a chance to tip over that balance. And if not, then well, you start amassing these, and one day you'll have your very own 5-star character. And these are rare beasts, and they are definitely strong. And I definitely am not balancing the game with them in mind, because they are just above anything else that we have. And they also come with cool effects, so whenever you deploy them you get a cool special effect. If you have been attacked by one, or if you are lucky to have one, or seen any replay with a 5-star, you will see and you will know what I'm talking about. Right, a couple more names. Back from the Future, for obvious reasons, Beast of Future Past.
Okay.
And of course a lot of running interference, a lot of puns from Terminator as well. A lot of puns from Terminator, because there's time travel there. But this is the event is named A Stitch in Time, for better or worse. I think it should be Weapons of Tomorrow. Get behind me if you agree.
Yeah, vote now if you think the event should have been called something else. But it is A Stitch in Time. So yeah, we hope that you guys enjoy it on our way to Optimus Primal and Megatron releasing soon. So before we go, if you guys have more questions for Simon, we're gonna put on this awesome last episode one more time. So and we'll go over the comic book thing again in a second. But first, hold on, let me see if there are some more cues. Let's see. That's more of an Earth Wars question. So yeah, last chance to ask Simon a question.
Fire away.
Yeah, fire away now. It's your. I'm trying to go over all the different platforms to check it out. Let's see.
Some people are asking about Armada, Animated Prime, RID, any other previous series or characters or storylines we would like to tackle. Would we want to do a last night tie-in? We are definitely not gonna tie in with the movie. That's a separate branch of the universe. As for the others, I think it's possible.
Anything's possible.
Right?
Anything's
As long as it was a comic or a cartoon and it is not a Michael Bay movie, we can dip in and take the best, hopefully what we think is the best about it, and bring it on. I like the sound of Armada, personally. These are really great, crazy versions of the characters. It's a really twisted universe. I also like the, is it the Shattered Glass? Which universe is it where Optimus, like Autobots are bad? And
Shattered Glass.
yeah, and Decepticons are good. I really like the notion of that. Though some people do argue that Decepticons are in fact kind of good, like they want peace for tyranny, but they are the oppressed ones apparently.
I don't know. Like I've thought of that, but sometimes when you hear Megatron talk, he's like, "Global conquest is the only." And you're like, doesn't even know. It doesn't really seem.
Kill them all.
Yeah. And then like when he's firing on those like the native people who are living on Earth, and he's like, get them with the phaser gun or whatever, and Dinobot's like, really? Like it's just like one man, it's like kill him anyway, I don't know, I think he's quite cool.
You could argue we did the same with when we were hunting animals, and they're ants. Oh, ants. Maybe to Megatron, they're just ants. Just get in the way.
Yeah, I think it's a bit more than that. Like,
Destroy them all!
There's a malicious angle in there. So Nathan Webb, hello. He was asking if there's going to be a sequel to the Death.
Well, we hope to do some more. We're certainly going to do some more with To the Death. If anybody is not familiar with To the Death, it's the online webcomic that myself and Jeff Senior have recently completed. The whole thing is up there now.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you a little visual. Hold it up. Even though it's completely online at the moment, I'm going to show you
there you go.
a comic version of it.
Hold on, let me. There you go.
There we go. So To the Death.
Mm-hmm.
It's online now at www.to-the-death.com.
To the Death.
And you can
Like
go
that?
and
Awesome.
Yep, there we go. That's it. Yes, the first episode is free to view. Just go and have a look, see if you like it. And we've definitely got more plans to do more in that universe, especially with our sort of bounty hunter character who's not Death's Head, but is called Killer Toa. So we definitely want to do some more with him.
Amazing.
Nice.
Sounds great.
By the way, as for the totalizer, some people saying, "Oh my God, 300,000!" 200,000 is the main award, the 4-star crystal. The other awards are mostly because it's not a prestiging event, but we do want to give some people who are really asking for a higher ceiling that ability to keep using the spare time to level up their bots. And you know what? There is an extra reward if you do spend that extra time, and if you're some of the top alliances, and you'll get to that 300,000. But definitely 200,000 is where the main price is.
William Luna says Code of a Hero is one of the best Beast Wars episodes ever.
Yeah, I would go along with that.
Yeah? What happens in that episode?
That's very much a Dinobot episode. That's the heroic Dinobot episode. So yeah, it's a really good one. And the agenda, the 3-part agenda, is my other favourite, the Ravage one.
Awesome. And Jillian's asking, where's the best place to buy Transformers comics, Simon?
Your local comic shop, or online, or IDW are still publishing away furiously on the Transformers front. There's also, if you're UK based, there's the Definitive G1 collection, which is this 80-volume series of graphic novels that takes you all the way from Marvel through Dreamwave and IDW. So if you're in the UK, that is something you can look out just in your local news agent or online.
And MJ Birth says it's a nuanced look at good and evil, and whether evil actually exists in its own, or as its own thing, or corruption of good. A relatable villain or antagonist can make for good storytelling. I assume they're talking about To the Death.
Oh, good. Well, if not,
it relates to Transformers
they
as well.
might be talking about Beast Wars
Yeah,
as well,
it could be,
because that's very true of that show. But that's the basis of any good story, I'd say.
And if you're playing Transformers Earth Wars, are you Autobot or Decepticon?
I just love the bad guys. Unless I can be Grimlock all the time, I'm probably going to be the Decepticons.
Makes sense, for sure. Cool. So I did also promise that we were going to give away something to someone. We're going to let Simon pick. Maybe, Simon, do you want to do a quick trivia question?
Yeah.
We'll have you pick a winner.
Okay.
And you guys are gonna win.
How can we do? What was the name of the first Beast Wars IDW comic series?
Ooh, can you write it down for me? Careful, we'll see. Ah, okay. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's see. Can you keep a lookout as well? So maybe. Oh,
There's one.
there we go.
Let's just take that one, shall we?
Yeah, we've got Flux Convoy. Well done, you've won.
We've got the Twitch, just saying, guys.
Yeah.
Twitch is locked.
Can you check the other ones, please?
Can I?
Yes.
No.
It's hard to keep track of all of them.
Sorry.
Let's see. We've got. Yeah, there you go. Ender Effie Sarit, well done. You have won as well. Can you guys please both pop your in-game name, your alliance, and your HQ level into the chat? And we've got Todd Benton as well. Can you please pop in your in-game name, your alliance, and your HQ level as well? So let's see. We've got. Let me just take note of the winners. Da-da-da. Whoa. Here we go. So Ender Effie Sarit. Let me see. Have you? No. Yeah. Make sure that you pop in your in-game name, your alliance, and your HQ level. Just pop that into chat for me, please. Can you keep a lookout for Flux Convoy, please, in the chat?
Flux. Yeah, sure.
Flux Convoy, and grab his details pretty please.
Sure, I'll message him right now.
Yeah, you can just whisper to him. That is the nice thing about Twitch. Let's see. I'm gonna keep an eye. Coming right now, he says. Awesome. I shall wait till you. Still waiting. Can you tell us something about the gathering, Simon, whilst we get these?
Yeah, the gathering, we took a different tack on it. We sort of had a series of Beast Wars within the existing series. So we just had it slightly out of sync time-wise. So, you know, other characters are coming in, but they're not interacting with the original show. So we got to, you know, unleash a whole new load of Beast Wars characters that never made it into the show.
Okay. Very cool.
Any upcoming convention appearances for the crew? That means, I think, us. Or you, Simon?
My next one is at the end of this month in Sweden.
Sweden.
I want to go there.
Me too. Whereabouts in Sweden?
Where are we going?
Helsingborg.
What?
Helsingborg.
Helsingborg.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's very near Denmark.
It's something between Göteborg and Helsinki.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I'm at a Swedish Transformers convention with Nick Roach at the end of April, and then the only other one I know for sure is I'm then at the Cyprus Comic Con in September. So all around the world this year.
Awesome. So Ender, I'm still waiting for your details. Oh wait, no, got them. Never mind.
I've got Fluxus.
Cool. Do you want to just
I'll
slack them to me? Do you guys use Slack? Everybody here uses Slack. It can be great and also like super annoying. Also, congrats to Negaquark, who has won as well. So we've got Negaquark, Flux Convoy, Todd Benton, and who's the other one? Yeah, I've gotten them all, but I don't, if you know what I mean. Oh, sorry, Ender. That's the one. Okay, congrats to you guys. You guys will be getting some faction crystals. If you are not aware, Factions has released, which means that you can now fight with a whole host of bots from the other faction. So if you're not a bot, you get your chance to play with Decepticon bots, and vice versa. If you're HQ 8 and above, that's when you get to unlock that feature. And to help you guys along, we like to give away faction crystals. So that means whichever faction you are, you're going to get a bot from the other side. Or a crystal from the other side. So we will send those out after the stream. Give us till like tomorrow, just in case there's a bit of a hold up. But yeah, congrats to all of you guys. Thanks for the question, Simon.
Thank you. Thanks everybody for joining in and sending the questions.
Oh my, it's 6.
What's that?
already.
I know, it
6.
is, yeah.
Wow.
By the way, I had a request from some of the players to give you a massive high five for all the hard
Okay.
work on that
Yeah,
game.
awesome.
Thank you. It's been great fun. It's loving doing it. And the Beast Wars, I think, is going to be the most fun yet.
Yeah, it's pretty great. And before we go, just one more reminder about the comic book, which artist Nathan Webb is going to be drawing. He's furiously drawing already. We're coming up with the story. Myself, Adam, and then Simon's going to help. He's like, I can't let you guys do this alone because you'll ruin it, so I'll help. And it's just like a really fun, community fan-made project. It's got, nothing to do with Hasbro officially or anything like that. We're just doing it for kicks. But it's going to be awesome, and we're going to release the 3 pages of the comic across 3 different fan sites, which is cybertron.com, allspark.com, and news.tfw2005.com. And then after that, the week after that, you are going to see alternate endings that you guys get to vote on. We will give you guys more details as and when we go, but look out for those 3 pages next weekend over Easter, and you guys are going to get to do an Easter egg hunt for those. And also, I believe next Friday, we are going to be on the podcast transmissions. So if you guys don't know what that is, they do a podcast twice a week on Wednesdays and Fridays, and it's transmissionspodcast.com. I'll pop the link into the chat, that way you guys can go check it out. It should be a good time. So one of us from over Hizzy, from Space 8, is going to be on the podcast next week, just chatting about Beast Wars and this comic competition or contest or Easter egg hunt or whatever you'd like to call it again. So make sure you check out that podcast. We'll be there next week. We'll give you guys more details and get excited for the new comic book.
Yeah, and as a tiny sneak peek, people asking, is there a new game mode being developed? Not necessarily game mode, but there's something we are cooking, something that's brewing. I had a massive meeting with the whole team today. There'll be more, and it will take us a long time, but something good is happening. There's always good things, actually. Recently, we've finished doing what I believe is the coolest Autobot in the game. When we show him or her in the showroom, you'll either agree or disagree, but I think the envelope has been pushed even further.
It's pretty sweet. What about you, Simon? Is there anything coming up from your end that you'd like to chat about?
Well, you really, To the Death is up there. We've talked about a bit about that.
Yep.
The definitive G1 collection for UK and I think Australia it goes out to, and a few other places. That's a big deal at the moment. And of course, can I mention the other game I'm working on for you guys? Is that out there?
Not yet.
Okay, well, there you go. Just a tease.
Just
then.
a tease, yeah. See, there's so much stuff happening here all the time.
I've been doing some work on another game. I know it's defected over to another side, but yeah. So that's something to look out for as well.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, sometimes we'll try to write something ourselves, and then we'll be like, Simon, what do you think of this? And he's like, how about this? We're like, that's 100 times better. Can you do it? And then he's like, yeah, all right.
But yeah, it was
So,
good.
yeah.
It's good fun. So quite different from this one.
Definitely, very different, yeah. So that is pretty much it for us, I think. Have I missed anything?
No. A Stitch in Time, starting this weekend.
That's
Ooh!
right. Oh.
Yes.
We have missed
Yes. One more announcement. Recently, I took a look at the defensive values for power. I don't want to bore you with the details. What it means basically is I took a look at the defensive value of defenses and the walls. I've readjusted those. This means that if you have so basically, there shouldn't be any change for your battle zone experience normally, but previously, if someone didn't upgrade their walls at all, but had ridiculously high level defenses, their power level, like for the purpose of matchmaking, would be still considered relatively timid, because the walls were a massive part of your defensive score. And now they are diminished in value, while the defenses got a boost in value of the defensive score. basically the game balance is exactly the same. What will change slightly is the difficulty of these extreme base situations where someone just didn't touch their walls or upgraded the walls all the way through but didn't upgrade defenses for some reason, which I think it's not possible because you cannot rank up. But there were situations where you would get a very difficult base in an early zone. And people were like, how is that possible? Oh, someone has rank 1 walls but has all defenses maxed out on castle level, HQ level 13 or 14. Anyway, there's been some changes. They're player friendly and they're making the battle zones a bit more secure, a bit more. You can foresee better what you will be matched against.
Mm-hmm. Just going through some more
Boring.
artwork. What's that? You know what? I was talking. I backed you up with some nice artwork and transformations of our guys in game. So yeah, I mean it's cool because these guys haven't been updated in when was the 90s?
Yeah.
It was so long ago
A long
now.
time
I'm like,
ago.
oh, when was the 90s? So I think it's really cool to see them update again, and
Yes.
take on it like a new life. So I'm really excited for them to join the game. Yeah.
And of course, we also added a 3rd officer slot to your alliance, so you now can have an extra officer to help you manage your alliance. And with that, one more thing from me.
Yeah, I can't get enough. But yeah, thanks so much for tuning in, you guys. Of course, there's my favorite. I love Dinobot. Man. See, I used to be like a hardcore Optimus girl, but I don't know. Beast Wars has changed things for me, and now I'm really into Dinobots.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool series.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you so much to Simon Furman
Thank
for
you.
joining our stream.
And thanks everyone for your questions. It's been great.
Definitely. You'll get your little gifties latest tomorrow, so keep a lookout for those. And of course, we'll be back next week at the same time to chat all about this new comic book that we're going to create. We're actually going to huddle right after this and be like, what are we going to do? It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really stoked. And Nathan's busy drawing away, so we're pretty excited.
Yay! Shall we transform and roll out?
Sure. Are you gonna physically do it? Amazing. Okay, I'm gonna leave you guys with the Beast Wars opening theme because I love it. And then we'll see you guys next week. Thanks again to Simon.
Okay, bye.
Bye bye.
Bye guys.